only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, and in the Holy Spirit, the Ruach HaKodesh. I thank the Father for this opportunity to study the Word. And so I will be studying and reading from the Bible every day. And I hope you will join me and commit to studying the Word and just understanding what our Father, who our Father is, why we are here, and having a relationship with Him, growing in the Word, following the ways of Yahweh Shai, the Messiah. And so I will be reading every day, at least 3 chapters. And so follow along, read together. Now, the Cepher. I also have the King James Bible that I will be reading from, but I like the Cepher because it restores the Hebrew names. It's especially the name of the Father, the Most High, Yahweh. I will get into these pronunciations in another video, but without further delay, let's start in the book of Genesis, Bere'shiyth. Now, I will also be sharing my screen because I did prepare a few PowerPoint slides just to provide a visual aid. And please, full disclaimer, I am not a scholar. I'm not an expert. I am just a follower of Yahweh Shai, and I love the Father, and my goal is to be obedient to Him and to study. So I welcome edification, I welcome correction, and I look forward to expanding my knowledge and wisdom and discernment in studying the Word. And so, without further ado, I will share my screen. Right. In the beginning, Elohim created the heavens and the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep, and the Ruach Elohim moved upon the face of the waters. And Elohim said, "Let there be light." And there was light. And Elohim saw the light, that it was good. And Elohim divided the light from the darkness. And Elohim called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And the evening and the morning were the first day. And Elohim said, "Let there be an expanse in the midst of the waters." And Elohim made the expanse and divided the waters which were under the expanse from the waters which were above the expanse. And it was so. And Elohim called the expanse heaven. And the evening and the morning were the second day. Just going to pause for a moment. The expanse is also known as the firmament. If you are in the King James Bible, you will see that it says firmament. Well, what does firmament mean? In the Strong's Concordance, the number is H7549, and the Hebrew word is rakia, and it's the Brown Driver Briggs definition is the firmament is an extended surface, solid, a vault of heaven supporting waters above. So keep that in mind. Okay. Continuing on with verse 9. And Elohim said, "Let the waters under the heavens be gathered unto one place, and let the dry land appear." And it was so. And Elohim called the dry land earth. And gathering together of the waters he called seas. And Elohim saw that it was good. And Elohim said, "Let the earth bring forth grass, the herb yielding seed, and the fruit tree yielding fruit after his kind, whose seed is in itself upon the earth." And it was so. And the earth brought forth grass, and herb yielding seed after his kind, and the tree yielding fruit, whose seed was in itself, after his kind. And Elohim saw that it was good, and the evening and the morning were the third day. And Elohim said, let there be lights in the expanse of the heavens, to divide the day from the night. Note, heavens, plural, more than one heaven. I will pick up from where I left off. And Elohim said, let there be lights in the expanse of the heavens to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for appointed feasts, and for days and years. And let them be for lights in the expanse of the heavens to give light upon the earth. And it was so. And Elohim made two great lights, the greater light to rule the day, and the lesser light to rule the night. He made the stars also. And Elohim set them in the expanse of the heavens to give light upon the earth, and to rule over the day and over the night, and to divide the light from the darkness. And Elohim saw that it was good, and the evening and morning were the fourth day. So make note that the sun and the moon were not created until the fourth day. Verse 20. And Elohim said, let the waters bring forth abundantly the morning, the moving creatures that has life, and fowl that may fly above the earth in the open expanse of heaven. And Elohim created great dragons, and every living creature that moves, which the waters brought forth abundantly, after their kind, and every winged fowl after his kind. And Elohim saw that it was good. And Elohim blessed them, saying, be fruitful and multiply, and fill the waters in the seas, and let fowl multiply in the earth. And the evening and the morning were the fifth day. And Elohim said, let the earth bring forth the living creature after his kind, cattle and creeping thing, and beast of the earth after his kind. And it was so. And Elohim made the beast of the earth after his kind, and cattle after their kind, and everything that creeps upon the earth after his kind. And Elohim saw that it was good. And Elohim said, let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creeps upon the earth. So Elohim created man in his own image. And in the image of Elohim created he him, male and female. Created he them. And Elohim blessed them. And Elohim said unto them, be fruitful and multiply, and replenish the earth, and subdue it, and have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over every living thing that moves upon the earth. And Elohim said, behold, I have given you every herb bearing seed, which is upon the face of all the earth, and every tree in the which is the fruit of a tree yielding seed, to you it shall be for food. And to every beast of the earth, and to every fowl of the air, and to everything that creeps upon the earth, wherein is life, I have given every green herb for food. And it was so. And Elohim saw everything that he had made, and behold, it was very good. And the evening and the morning were the sixth day. Thus, chapter 2 now. Thus the heavens and the earth were finished, and all the host of them. And on the seventh day Elohim ended his work which he had made, and he rested on the seventh day from all his work which he had made. And Elohim blessed the seventh day and sanctified it, because that in it he had rested from all his work, which Elohim created and made. These are the generations of the heavens and of the earth when they were created, in the day that Yahweh Elohim made the earth and the heavens, and every plant of the field before it was in the earth, and every herb of the field before it grew. For Yahweh Elohim had not caused it to rain upon the earth, and there was not a man to till the ground. But there went up a mist from the earth, and watered the whole face of the ground. And Yahweh Elohim formed the man of the dust of the ground, and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and the man became a living soul. And Yahweh Elohim planted a garden eastward in Eden, and there he put the man whom he had formed. And out of the ground made Yahweh Elohim to grow every tree that is pleasant to the sight and good for food, the tree of life also in the midst of the garden, and the tree of knowledge of good and evil. And a river went out of Eden to water the garden. From thence it was parted and became four heads. The name of the first is Pishon. It encompasses the whole land of Havilah, where gold is. And the gold of that land is good. And there is bdellium and the onyx stone. And the name of the second river is Gihon. It encompasses the whole land of Cush, that would be Ethiopia. And the name of the third river is Hekadel, which goes toward the east of Ashur, and the fourth river is Parath. So we have the Tigris and the Euphrates. And Yahweh Elohim took the man and put him into the Garden of Eden to dress it. I'm just going to go back to these rivers. So this is your Tigris River, the Euphrates. This is Pishon and Gihon. All right. So if you go to Google Maps, this is what I did. This is why you see these stars. I was looking for these rivers. You won't find the Google Maps will not feature the names of Gihon and Pishon, but Tigris and Euphrates, you will be able to look it up on Google Map. And so I would just star them. That way I can just start to trace them. It took me a long time just to even find Euphrates from the head, from the beginning to the end. And so the Euphrates and Tigris, they both meet at the southern, this section would be Iraq. And so they end up going into the Persian Gulf. It's pretty fascinating when you can pair it, when you can look at the ancient history of the Bible and then map it to modern day. So if you get a chance, it's a fun exercise, just to go to Google Maps and look up the rivers as best as you can. Okay. Where were we? So, verse 15, I'll reread that. And Yahweh Elohim took the man and put him into the Garden of Eden to dress it and to guard it. And Yahweh Elohim commanded the man, saying, of every tree of the garden you may freely eat, but of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil you shall not eat of it. For in the day that you eat thereof you shall surely die. All right, I'm going to stop sharing. Okay. And Yahweh Elohim said, it is not good that the man should be alone. I will make him a helpmeet for him. And out of the ground Yahweh Elohim formed every beast of the field and every fowl of the air, and brought them unto the man to see what he would call them. And whatsoever the man called every living creature was its name thereof. And the man gave names to all cattle, and to the fowl of the air, and to every beast of the field. But for the man there was not found a helper meet for him. And Yahweh Elohim caused a deep sleep to fall upon the man, and he slept. And he took one of his curvatures, and closed up the flesh instead thereof. And the curvature with which Yahweh Elohim had taken from the man, he made a woman, and brought her unto the man. And the man said, This is now bone of my bones, and flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman, because she was taken out of man. Therefore shall a man leave his father and his mother, and shall cleave unto his woman, and they shall be one flesh. And they were both naked, the man and his woman, and were not ashamed. Now, chapter 3. Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field which Yahweh Elohim had made. And he said unto the woman, Yea, has Elohim said, You shall not eat of every tree of the garden? And the woman said unto the serpent, We may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden, but of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, Elohim has said, You shall not eat of it, neither shall you touch it, lest you die. And the serpent said unto the woman, You shall not surely die. For Elohim knows that in the day you eat thereof, then your eyes shall be opened, and you shall be as Elohim, knowing good and evil. And when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, and that it was pleasant to the eyes, and a tree to be desired to make one wise, she took of the fruit thereof, and did eat, and gave also unto her man with her, and he did eat. And the eyes of them both were opened, and they knew that they were naked. And they sewed fig leaves together, and made themselves aprons. And they heard the voice of Yahweh Elohim walking in the garden in the cool of the day. And the man and his woman hid themselves from the presence of Yahweh Elohim amongst the trees of the garden. And Yahweh Elohim called unto Adam, and said unto him, Where are you? And he said, I heard your voice in the garden, and I was afraid, because I was naked, and I hid myself. And he said, Who told you that you were naked? Have you eaten of the tree, whereof I commanded you that you should not eat? And the man said, The woman whom you gave to be with me, she gave me of the tree, and I did eat. And Yahweh Elohim said unto the woman, What is this that you have done? And the woman said, The serpent beguiled me, and I did eat. And Yahweh Elohim said unto the serpent, Because you have done this, you are cursed above all cattle, and above every beast of the field. Upon your belly shall you go, and dust shall you eat all the days of your life. And I will put enmity between you and the woman, and between your seed and her seed. It shall bruise your head, and you shall bruise his heel. Unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply your sorrow and your conception. In sorrow you shall bring forth children, and your desire shall be to your man, and he shall rule over you. And unto Adam he said, Because you have hearkened unto the voice of your woman, and have eaten of the tree, of which I commanded you, saying, You shall not eat of it. Cursed is the ground for your sake. In sorrow shall you eat of it all the days of your life. Thorns also and thistles shall it bring forth to you, and you shall eat the herb of the field. In the sweat of your face shall you eat bread, till you return unto the ground, for out of it you were taken. For dust you are, and unto dust shall you return. And Adam called his woman's name Hua, Eve, because she was the mother of all living. Unto Adam also and to his woman did Yahweh Elohim make coats of skins and clothe them. And Yahweh Elohim said, Behold, the man is become as one of us, to know good and evil. And now, lest he put forth his hand, and take also of the tree of life, and eat, and live forever. Therefore, Yahweh Elohim sent him forth from the Garden of Eden to till ground from whence he was taken. So he drove out the man, and he placed at the east of the Garden of Eden cherubim, and a flaming sword, which turned every way to guard the way of the tree of life. That's the end of chapter 3. Let's head over now to Psalms. All right. Chapter 1. Blessed is the man who walks not in the counsel of the wicked, nor stands in the way of sinners, nor sits in the seat of the scornful, but his delight is in the Torah of Yahweh. And in his Torah he meditates day and night, and he shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water, that brings forth his fruit in his season. His leaf also shall not wither, and, and whatsoever he does shall prosper. The wicked are not so, but are like the chaff which the wind drives away. Therefore, the wicked shall not stand in the judgment, nor sinners in the assembly of the righteous. For Yahweh knows the way of the righteous, but the way of the wicked shall perish. All right. Okay, so that completes the first reading, and so I will be reading every evening, around 8 o'clock or so Eastern Standard Time. But I will give advance notice. And so, again, I thank you so much for joining this stream and for reading along with me and studying along with me. And I thank you so much. Also, praise to the Most High. Yeah, all praise to Him. And thank you again for this opportunity. I hope that you all enjoyed the weekend and enjoy the Sabbath. And so I look forward to seeing you tomorrow night, and have a blessed evening, and stay in the Word, and all praise to the Most High, in the name of the Son, the Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, and in the Holy Spirit, the Ruach HaKodesh. Thank you and good night.